Hi everyone, welcome to physics seminar. Today I am going to talk about gravitation. The contents of these are pressure, buoyancy, density, principle of flotation, Archimedes principle and relative density. Let's start with pressure. What is pressure? Force per unit area is called pressure. Means when force is applied on some unit area, the force which is applied is called pressure. And if the area of contact is more, then the pressure will be less, and if the area of contact is less, then the pressure will be more. By this we can say that pressure is directly proportional to force and it is inversely proportional to area. By this we get that pressure is equal to force by area. So we get the formula pressure is equal to force by area. And the SI unit of pressure is Newton meter square or Pascal, which is also denoted by PA. Now let's see what is buoyancy. The upward force exerted on an object immersed in a liquid is called buoyancy or buoyant force. When we immerse an object in the liquid, the object will experience an upward force, which is also called as buoyancy. Due to the upward force, the object will come up, and sometimes some object will float in the water due to the upward thrust or upward force. Due to the upward buoyant force exerted by a liquid, the weight of the object will be less in the liquid than its actual weight. And the upward force exerted by the liquid is called upthrust force or buoyancy. Next we'll learn about density. What is density? Density is the substance mass per unit of volume. And density is the amount of matter in a specified area. And density is not same for all the substances, and density is different for different substances. As I said, density is the substance's mass per unit of volume. We get the formula of density, that is mass by volume. So SI unit of density will be kg per meter cube. Now let's learn about principle of flotation. What is principle of flotation? An object will float in water or any liquid if the weight of the object is equal to the weight of liquid displaced by it. Means when an object is immersed in a liquid, the object will experience an upthrust force, which is called buoyant force. When there is an object which experiences the buoyant force, it will also displace some water, some liquid out of the container. So the principle of flotation states that when the weight of the object will be equal to the weight of the liquid displaced by it. If the weight of the object is 5 Newton, then the water displaced by it also will be 5 Newton. Now let's learn about Archimedes principle. Archimedes principle states that when a body is fully or partially immersed in any fluid, it experiences an upward force that is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by it. It means when the object, there will be an object which will be fully or partially immersed in any liquid or a fluid, it will experience an upward force, which is also known as the buoyant force, and the buoyant force will be equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by it. It is the same as the principle of flotation. By this we can say that the total weight loss of the object will be equal to the buoyant force, which we learned before. Now the buoyant force will also be equal to the total amount of water displaced. So these three will be equal to one another, which means the total weight loss of the object will also be equal to the buoyant force, and the buoyant force will also be equal to the total amount of water displaced, the total weight of the water displaced. Now let's learn about relative density. What is relative density? The relative density is convenient to express density of a substance in comparison with that of water or any given fluid. Relative density means it is a ratio between the density of one substance and the density of any water or any given fluid. Means we can take any silver or anything. The density of the silver will be divided by the density of water to get the ratio between the both quantities. So Relative density is the ratio between such quantities, and relative density has no unit. I hope everyone have understood these topics. Thank you.